The greatest, most powerful weapon that there is in existence, even more powerful than any physical weapon, is harmlessness. Harmlessness, which is what Gurdjieff is referring to, the being known as Ashiata Shiemash. Ashiata Shiemash as an infinitesimal point of light descended from above, messenger from above, because there was a need for it here on earth. In connection with the what Gurdjieff writes all through Beelzebub's tales to his grandson, that the chief particularity of three-brained beings here on the earth, due to abnormal circumstances and conditions of ordinary life here, is this situation of reciprocal destruction, this need, mechanical as it is, to destroy one another. So once in a while, a messenger, Jesus Christ is one of those messengers, messenger of the teaching of love. Ashiata Shiemash was a messenger before Jesus Christ. Ashiata Shiemash, his way was the way of harmlessness. Remember, God is all loving, all merciful, all beneficent, all forgiving. And to be of such a level of being as a being such as Ashiata Shiemash, who was a being of such greatness and all harmlessness, all harmless, all harmless, his very presence, his very existence touched all other beings, and at the time of his existence, it affected the entire planet Earth, such that life actually became normal for a time. According to Gurdjieff, actual life on Earth became truly, truly normal. And there wasn't all of this fighting back and forth. The reason for this can be seen in terms of laws of world creation and maintenance. God created the sacred laws, the law of three, trimazakando, affirming, denying, and reconciling. The law of seven, the law of octaves, heptapara parshinuk, all right? The mi-fa interval, all of that. These sacred laws were set into motion, beginning at the level of the most holy Son Absolute, where God's world is such that there is no violence, all harmless, all merciful, all love, all forgiveness. So to be a being like Ashiata Shiemash, the closest thing to God that you can be on the earth, when you consider this, once the whole of creation was set in motion, beginning with those two sacred laws, law of three, law of octaves, those levels of creation, second order, third order, fourth order, and so on, could not be interfered with by God. Everything was created in terms of choice. That beings ascending, evolving, arising, choose to evolve, choose to not evolve, choose to evolve, or choose to degenerate, choose to follow involutionary lines and want to be Lord and Master like a tyrant over everybody. Or be someone like an Ashiata Shiemash. The greatest is he, as Christ said, is he who serves, is the greatest servant. The greatest is he who serves most of all. The greatest is he who is the greatest servant. So the idea is non-interference. Non-interference. God cannot interfere with his creation once it began, according to the sacred laws, Trimazacabnal law of three, affirming, denying, and reconciling, and the law of octaves. Non-interference. So it is clear from this that that's what harmlessness is. Harmlessness is precisely that. Non-interference. Ashiata Shiemash was such a being of such a level of harmlessness that he was close to God, next to God, God who is all-loving, all-merciful, all-forgiving, all-beneficent, loving God. Ashiata Shiemash, being the closest to God himself, was all harmless. This affected all of life on earth. And during his existence on the earth, going back to ancient Babylon, ancient Samaria, those days, Ashiata Shiemash, his very existence, very presence, was of such closeness to God, and yet, though he was an infinitesimal light descended from above, he was a messenger for a purpose, to be. And by his beingness, by the greatness of his presence, life was normal on the planet Earth.